Hello, this is Lori Whitlock, and I wanted to show you really quick how to use my SVG files with the Brother Scan and Cut Canvas software. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and insert an SVG file that you would get from my shop. So I'm going to choose Import and choose the file, and I'm going to bring in one of my box card files. So I'm going to choose that SVG and hit OK. And that should bring up all the artwork. And you're going to see this warning that says, since the shape was larger than the mat, it was reduced in size when imported. So I'll go ahead and hit OK. And you can see all the artwork has come in, but it's constrained to this 12 by 12 size. So obviously this is an A2 card as it was labeled in the file name. So what we're going to do, let's go ahead and insert a basic shape that's a square. And you can see the measurements of that square here down on the bottom left, and it's almost 4 inches. So we're just going to grab one of the corners and bring it up to 4 1/4 because we know an A2 sized card would be 4 1/4 wide. Okay, so let's take that measuring piece and set it right here. Now, these two sections need to be 4 1/4 wide. That'll be the size of our card when we're done. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab all the pieces on my artwork and select them all, and you'll know they're selected because of that dotted line around everything, and I'm going to group them together. That way, as I'm scaling, everything will scale at the same ratio. So I'm going to grab a blue corner on one of those corners and just start scaling it up until my card width is the same as this square, and you can move that square over as needed to gauge the size. I'm going to go down just a little bit more. Okay, so that's looking good to me. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that square, and we should be sized just right to be 4 1/4 wide when our card is completed. So the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and hit save. So I'm going to go ahead and save that to my projects, and we'll hit OK. And then since we're in well, you can always hit that little back arrow to get back out. Then you can go into your projects and see that it's saved right here. I was playing around with it earlier here, so that's a previous version. But now that we have it saved, we can start breaking it apart to save out smaller files for the Brother machine. So go ahead and right click it and we'll hit ungroup. Then what I'm going to do is just delete off all the pieces that I don't want to run in this color pass. So I'm going to delete all those pieces, and maybe I'll save the green up at the top, and maybe I'll put the blue down in this bottom corner. So you can set up the pieces where you want them on your mat, and then you're going to save again, but this time instead of saving over this old one, we're going to hit the save with the little plus button, and that's going to save it as a new project, and you'll see it show up here in the thumbnails under my projects, so you can see each of those. Now we can take those pieces off and go back to our original project. We know we already have the green and the blue pieces saved out, so we can ungroup again, and we'll go ahead and delete the green and the blue pieces. And on this pass, maybe we'll delete out the white pieces and their score marks. Make sure you keep those score marks together with their pieces. And you can, let's just start by putting all the craft colored pieces up here on the top edge of the paper, and we'll set up maybe the red ones in this corner, the brown in this corner, and the blue down in this corner. So then you would load scraps of paper into these corners of your mat when you go to cut, and you can cut all those colors in one pass. And then you can delete off all the other pieces again, and then save this project as a new project, and you should see it show up here in your projects file here. So now we need to go back in and make sure we get all the white pieces, and I believe the orange. So we'll go ahead and delete those off, insert our project again, ungroup, and delete off all the other, whoops, we need that one. We have the red ones, so we can delete those. The craft, I'll go ahead and take all those craft pieces off. We have all the blue pieces, and we have the brown. So we do need the yellow and the orange. Oops, and make sure, did you see how that just moved? If you see your card base move without its score marks, make sure you undo that and group those together. Select them both and choose group. Make sure that they stay together. You don't have to group them, but just make sure you move them together. And then I'll bring my other white piece. Oh, it's hard to grab that one. Bring it right down here. So then you have those pieces ready to go. So again, you would save another, oops, it's failing to connect to the server. Let's try that again. Save it as a new document. Okay, so now you can see over here in our projects folder, we have each of those saved out separately. And if you want to break them up even more, if you only want to run the white ones in one pass, you could do that and save out all the different colors as separate documents, however you would like to do it. I personally like to cut more than one color at a time when I can. So hopefully that helps you know how to break apart these files and size them properly for an A2 card. A lot of my files are either 5x7 or A2, so it's pretty easy to size them back up using that square method that I taught you at the beginning. So I hope you have a great day. Please let me know if you have any questions or need any other help with this. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.